One thing I wanted to show you, because I started to remove, so I released a bit of tension from these ones, and I have to remove these as well, because when I built these supports I made them from plexiglass, and it's very hard to cut because I cut it manually with a hacksaw. You can see it's not straight at all, but it's just temporary, because I will soon print 3D print some of these. And I normally I had to cut this because this side it's just right on top of this. So when I first build the frame and I made this, I wasn't actually using these corners. I was just using these brackets. So I had like one here, one here, one here, 3 per corner, and I didn't need access to here because I was using longer profiles from the bottom here up to here. Anyway, so what I wanted to show you is on these are the same. You need the same 8mm spanner we used earlier. Okay, so I'm gonna open these. Since I took them out, I want to replace you see I have exactly 6 spacers here of 1mm, and I want to replace them with one of these spacers, since I have more now and I have less of these spacers, because these spacers are really useful. You see I need one between these, one here between the bolt and this. Well, actually this one is not mandatory here, or maybe it is, I don't remember. Yeah, and one on the bottom, so this can spin freely. Let me show you now, because I'm gonna open it. So let's not forget which hole, the second one. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the 6 1mm, and since I opened this, I wanna show you. Okay, so how this works. It spins on this inner bearing. And as you can see, 6mm, but there's a bit of space here. Let me see if I can zoom on it. You see there's some indentation, so you can go with the spacer until this the bigger lip. And the bigger lip it's 10mm, so you can go up to 9, and these are 8. It's useful because they're multi-purpose. You use both these and these for these as well, in case you use V slots. But these are cheaper than the rails. Anyway, so just I wanted to show you this because in the beginning I didn't know I needed all these spacers and stuff, and it took me a bit longer. I got a bit delayed because of all this. Okay, so I put this 6. Make sure this can spin. Okay, so this is, oops, this is one. The other one is this. Anyway, so let me show you how I open the frame. I'm using it on first speed and lowest torque possible. Okay, so I'll continue on all sides. Okay, so why we need all those spacers? Let me see if I can focus a bit. Okay, so we need to adjust. You see, the belts need to be straight, so the height of this must be the same with the pulley and the one in the middle. So in order to achieve that, you need to take into account the size of this, which is I think 6mm in my case, then another 6mm here, so first belt. Okay, so first belt needs to be synchronized with this one. So I need to measure from here up to here, and I think I started from this one because this one is it's kind of fixed here. So I had to lift this one as many spacers until I got the first one in level with this one, and the second one looks like I just needed one spacer. But here, as you can see, I used a lot. I used some of these are normal spacers that you can find in hardware stores, and they're very cheap and easy to find, and plus one of the 6mm, and I used another 5 of these larger ones, plus I had to complete here to fill the bolt, because these bolts cannot find them in between sizes, and I used the precision one here and 2 more of these bigger ones. See, I also have one here. I think this one is a bit loose. Yeah, so I wanted to show you a bit about these spacers, because like I said earlier, it took me a lot of trial and error to make these ones. Also in the beginning I bought these ones with 3mm inner size, but I think it's better to use 5mm because you have 5 everywhere. Like this, you have 5 on this, 5 on these, 5 on these, so it's 5 everywhere, and you can use the same spacers, the same precision spacers, the bigger ones. Okay, so I'll continue with dismantling everything. So I am upgrading the carriage because I decided to put only 3 wheels, and since you can see I had 4 wheels, I was using these big holes here, and I used yeah, they weren't so great here, So I'm moving the two wheels in these small holes, and I'm using the normal small one from here. Yeah, because these ones are made for these nuts that have this wider part. Before I wasn't using nuts on both sides, but now since I have a few nuts left, I'm gonna use them properly. So in order to do that, I have to redo these holes here, because I'm flipping it upside down. So before I was using these ones, now I have to drill new ones. So I thought I'll show you how I did this in the first place. So I just did this one now. So how I did it, I need to do this one as well now. You need one of these, put a small indentation in here. So you decide to cut this one, you take this punch and make a small hole here, somewhere in the middle between here and here. Then you take a piece of wood so you don't break your table, a small piece of cardboard so you don't spill the aluminum shavings everywhere. You put it in here. You take a 3mm drill and then you drill it here. Just start with here, and then the way I do it is I push it from side here. Once you put the first hole here, it will be hard to drill another one here. If you have like something that can keep your drill like this, you could just put two holes like this. But without a support, you just have to, and then I put it here and I spin it and move it a bit like this to make the hole around. You see, this one wasn't so great. The second one I got a bit better. It's not perfect, but it's gonna do the job. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how I've done this. Now I'm proceeding to do the second one.